How you doing, sir?
I'm fine. Has Mr. Strickland spoken? Has he spoken to his attorney yet?
No, he hasn't.
Okay. She's in a breakout room with another person, and as soon as she's done with that person, I'll put you in the breakout room with Mr. Strickland. So it'll be a few minutes, okay?
Okay, sir. I just want to let you know he's not consenting to do a video arraignment.
So what is he consenting to do?
I'm getting him his paper. Is there any paper clips or anything?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the court, sir.
I don't consent to the thing. I'm asking why they can't bring me court.
Okay, hold on. Does he want to speak to an attorney first?
Yeah, well, let's have him speak to an attorney first. You have to speak to an attorney. You have to.
Hold on. Mr. Strickland? Mr. Strickland, can you hear me?
I don't need an attorney.
This is the judge.
Okay, Mr. Strickland,
Open the door.
can you hear me?
Can you hear
Oh,
him?
you don't want to hear me.
Sir, can you hear him?
What?
Mr. Strickland, this is Magistrate William Burden. Good morning. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Do you want to speak with an attorney?
Who are you speaking with? The flesh and blood man with a name? Because that's what I'm trying to find out right now, Judge. Who are you speaking with? The name entity or the flesh and blood?
I'm speaking to the person that's talking to me right now.
I am executive of the name entity. That's who you're talking to right now. Do you understand? I am the executor of the name entity. I demand to be released on my own recognizance. I have right here, Judge. You see this, Judge? And then I also have a UCC1 in the name entity. So y'all trying to run a lien on the name, that's illegal. Who are you trying to conversate with? The name entity or the flesh and blood man?
You tell me.
I demand to be released on my own recognizance.
All right, folks, buckle up because today we're stepping into a legal circus that'll make you question reality. Our first act, Mr. Strickland, a sovereign citizen who believes paperwork and obscure jargon can outmuscle a judge's authority. On the other side, we have a nonsense judge who's heard it all before and isn't here to play along with fantasy law. Over the course of this hearing, you'll see bizarre legal claims, heated interruptions, and a stubborn refusal to follow basic courtroom procedure. We've got 3 clips lined up, 1 in custody arraignment, 1 Zoom hearing full of procedural roadblocks, and 1 showdown with Judge Washington, a judge who knows exactly how to handle this kind of nonsense. Trust me, you don't want to miss the ending, because the defendant sure didn't see it coming.
I have a UCC1 here. I've laid claim to the name entity through the Secretary of State and the federal government. Here it is right here, the Secretary of State, just
Okay. Sir?
It's right here, Lincoln. To the flesh and blood or the name entity.
Sir, whether I'm talking to the flesh and blood or name entity, I'm talking to both of y'all at the same time. Do either of you want to speak to an attorney?
No, sir.
Okay.
And I don't consent to an attorney. I don't consent to be in no hearing.
Sir, I just asked you one question. I just need one answer.
And I don't consent.
Okay, I know that.
So who are you speaking with? The flesh and blood man or the name entity? I'm speaking
to both of y'all. I'm speaking to both of y'all at the same time. How about that?
You can't. Now,
sir, I know you want me to release you.
Here it is.
Are you gonna let me talk?
Here.
Are you gonna let me talk? Sir?
Sir?
Are you gonna let me talk? I got some questions for you.
I'm here without consent.
Put the paperwork down,
Don't
sir.
consent to this.
I know you don't consent to this. You want the court to release you, is that correct?
Yeah,
Want to release you, the entity, or the person in the flesh? Which one?
flesh and blood man. I own the entity, so it's gonna be released anyway.
All right, now,
For UCC one, everything.
if you don't, when I talk, you listen.
Ma'am.
If you don't want to talk to an attorney and you don't want to be arraigned today, we're going to put you over to tomorrow. You understand that?
So we already been through this. I am the executive of the account.
Okay. Have a good day, sir.
And here it is, the classic sovereign citizen opener. The flesh and blood man versus the legal entity argument. This tactic is meant to confuse the court and create the illusion of a legal loophole. In reality, it's like walking into a McDonald's, ordering a burger, and then arguing you're actually a ghost who doesn't have to pay. The judge is clearly trying to get a straightforward answer, but Mr. Strickland is doubling down with irrelevant filings and pseudo-legal jargon. The longer he does this, the more he delays the hearing, and, ironically, the longer he stays in custody.
Now calling case number 24W001656. This is the Township of Ypsilanti versus Shannon Phillips.
Hi,
Hi, can you state your name for the record, please?
Shannon Phillips.
Okay, thank you very much. So today is the date and time set for an arraignment in this matter. What I have here is a citation from May 27th of 2024 that charges that on or about that date you did operate a motor vehicle on E-Course Road at or near Harris Road with improper plates. It says that the plate did not come back to the vehicle that it was on. That is a misdemeanor with a maximum penalty of up to 90 days in jail, a $500 fine with court costs, or both. Do you understand all that?
No, I do not understand.
Okay. So let me clarify. When I ask if you understand, what I want to know is, do you know now what you are being charged with, whether or not you agree with it?
No, I do not agree with it. And I filed
Okay.
paperwork to the court
Yes.
expressing that.
Okay, and I'm cutting you off for a second because I'm not asking if you agree with it. I'm just asking. I have explained that you're being charged with having improper plates. Do you understand that that is what you are being charged with? Again, I'm not asking if you agree with it. I just want to make sure, because the purpose of this hearing is to determine whether or not you are competent to stand trial. That's part of it, at least. Do you know what you are being charged with now?
Yeah, I see it on the
This is where you can almost hear the judge's patience hitting its limit. She's trying to move the case forward, but instead, Strickland keeps interrupting, insisting on his own recognizance. Release, as if it's a magic phrase. Here's the reality: judges aren't swayed by demands without legal basis. If anything, repeated interruptions and refusal to follow procedure make it less likely you'll get a favorable outcome. It's Courtroom 101. The more you argue without listening, the more you lose.
You do have the right to remain silent, because anything that you say out loud or in writing can be used against you in court. You have the right to be presumed innocent beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to a trial by judge or by jury. You have the right to be represented by an attorney during all stages of these court proceedings. You do not have to disclose citizenship status to the court, but you do have the right to consult with an attorney to see if these proceedings would have any effect on your citizenship status. If that does not apply to you, then do not worry about it. So, do you wish to have the public defender speak on your behalf?
No.
Okay. In regards to the misdemeanor charge against you, how are you pleading at this time? Or are you standing mute?
Stand in mute.
Okay. I am going to set this for
Um,
a,
Ma'am,
yes.
this has been long and drawn out since, May. I don't even have that vehicle anymore. Unfortunately, I've had to buy 2 vehicles since that vehicle. Not to mention how aggressive and threatening your officers was when they approached my vehicle. Not to mention they were pulling on my door, yelling and screaming for me to get out, or they were going to pull me out.
And now we switch defendants, but the theme stays the same, refusing to acknowledge charges in the hope it will make them disappear. Here's the hard truth. An arraignment isn't about proving guilt or innocence. It's about formally informing you of the charges so the case can proceed. Saying "I don't understand" over and over doesn't erase the charge. It just slows down the process and risks irritating the judge. Think of it like ignoring a parking ticket. It doesn't vanish. It just grows into a bigger problem.
I do have that video on my phone. However, because my laptop is not working, I have to use my phone.
Okay. Before you continue, couple of things. One, I will note that the officers are not court employees, so they are not the court's officers. What I am going to do, because it is the next step in this process, is set you for a pretrial. Okay, the purpose of the hearing today is to make sure that you know what you're being charged with and what the potential penalties are. The next step is a pretrial, which is where you will get to discuss with the judge more of what happened that day, and if you have evidence, then you can bring it up then. Your pretrial is being scheduled for November 27th.
Just a waste of time. 11/27.
Correct. This year, so that's 11/27,
Mhm.
2024. That will be at 9 in the morning over Zoom before Judge Washington. Because of your appearance here today, I am recalling the bench warrant that issued for your arrest on October 9th. That bench warrant had issued because of failure to appear for a number of arraignment dates that were set.
But
So
I was there and I have proof of that as well. I was on the hearing. It did the same thing it was doing now, saying that the host was there and would let me in. But I sat there for over like 2 hours on the 9th and the 10th and wasn't let inside the Zoom on either.
Right here is where we see a common sovereign citizen defense tactic, shifting the focus to alleged police misconduct rather than the charge itself. Now, police behavior can be relevant if it directly impacts the legality of a stop or arrest. But this is an arraignment, not a trial. The judge can't rule on evidence yet. She's here to schedule the next step. Trying to litigate your entire case at arraignment is like bringing your luggage to the check-in counter and demanding a seat on the plane without a ticket. Wrong place, wrong time.
I do have screenshots of that, so I'll present that as well
okay.
at the next hearing.
Okay. So to be clear, the bench warrant is being recalled, so that is going away.
Thank you.
The court is setting a personal recognizance bond, so basically you're promising to appear for the next court date. Again, that's November 27th. I will note that sometimes, depending on the size of the docket, it can take a long time. And I think what was my arraignment docket last Wednesday took 3.5 hours. So it can take a long time. So long as you're seeing the message that the Zoom is still going on and that the host knows you're there and can let you in, then as much as it is not a whole lot of fun, you should wait.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you have any questions right now?
Not at the moment. I don't believe so, no.
Okay, thank you. So, your next court date again, November 27th, 2024, 9 in the morning over Zoom before Judge Washington.
Okay.
Back in Judge Washington's courtroom, and already you can see the difference in approach. She's direct, she's firm, and she's not letting the legal games slide. The defendant insists she doesn't need a public defender, but here's the twist: the judge can assign one if she believes the defendant doesn't fully understand the stakes. This isn't about forcing unwanted help. It's about protecting constitutional rights and ensuring the trial is fair. Refusing counsel while misunderstanding. The law is like insisting you can perform your own surgery because you've watched a few YouTube videos. It's not going to end well.
What will call the matter of the Township of Ypsilanti versus Shannon Phillips, 24W001656.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Lebo on behalf of Ms. Phillips. Your Honor, when I did speak to Ms. Phillips yesterday, she advised me that she did not want to be represented by the Public Defender's Office. Ms. Phillips, could you say your name, ma'am?
Ms. Phillips, please state your name.
Yes. Shannon Phillips, the natural woman. On the
Okay,
record
we
and for
are
the
here.
record, and let the record reflect. Can you guys hear me?
Very
It's saying I
loudly.
have an unstable connection. Okay. Just making sure.
So on October 9th, defendant was found in contempt of court. So that still stands, ma'am. You can choose not to have counsel if you want, but you need to understand that you can get up to 90 days on the contempt of court matter. Do you understand that?
I do not understand any charges. I only understand universal law and the right to live in peace and to live as I intend to.
But given that she doesn't understand,
Was never let in, just like now. But I obviously, I guess it took a minute. You administering the trust without consent?
I'm not going to be.
I'm having a bad connection. It's going in
I'm
and out.
not
I'm
going to
not
be
hearing nothing you
releasing the
all are
public
saying.
defender's office from this case because I don't think she fully understands the consequences of her actions, and so she will continue to have the public defender.
I don't
you,
need a public defender, Judge Washington.
Ma'am, I asked you a simple question and you did not answer the question in a way that makes me feel comfortable that you don't understand that you understand the laws of the state.
You all are speaking legalese. You all are speaking legalese. For me to say I understand the charges gives you all permission to administer the trust.
Okay.
I don't understand the charges.
Which is why you will not.
And I do not need counsel. I don't need representation.
Your request is denied, ma'am. You will have representation. All right. Mr. Lebo, do you know what your client wants to do?
Oh my goodness. This is
the charges?
You cannot
My
make me
apologies.
have an attorney.
Well, actually, I can, ma'am.
Like, this is insane.
Well, I don't think it's me that's being insane.
I can handle my own affairs. I don't need your public defender. All I'm trying to do is get the case settled. That's all. This has been going on for so long. A waste of time and money, honestly.
Mr. Barnett, is there an offer?
There is an offer for the civil infraction and expired plate.
Your Honor, I'd be happy to go into a break room with Ms. Phillips and explain that to her.
I will let you do that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Traffic infractions are not a